Hi, I'm Dr. Ingrid Clayton. I'm a clinical psychologist, a trauma therapist, and a trauma survivor. And this may be the most obvious thing ever said about complex trauma, but I think it bears repeating. If you didn't have your needs met in childhood, okay, so if you were neglected, abandoned, abused, and then found yourself reenacting that trauma with unavailable, abusive, checked out partners like I did for decades, here's the deal. Of course you did, okay? Of course you did that. You make all the sense in the world. I think it's actually pretty genius when you think about it, okay? So the body was like, I'm gonna get this thing right. I'm going to resolve this. I'm gonna finally figure this thing out. I'm going to get that person to see, finally, who I really am, that I'm worthy of their love, that I'm worthy of a commitment, whatever the thing is, I'm going to solve this thing. And I go, oh, yes, thank you, body. Thank you. It's like our bodies have our back in this profoundly fierce way, even when our head is like, would you knock it off with this trauma reenactment stuff? Not that I ever knew that that's what it was, but I certainly didn't want to keep finding myself in these dysfunctional relationships. And yet there was something that needed to be resolved, and my body was literally fighting for it. It was like this fierce need for a do-over because we deserved one. I mean, that's the reality. We deserved that love and care and attention and support and everything that we were seeking, okay? That's the baseline. We deserve it. So I love that our bodies just really finally wanted to win. I applaud our bodies for feeling like they even had real power when they saw even a shred of evidence that they might be swaying someone from unavailable to available, to not believing in us to believing in us, right? Like, this is the thing with trauma bonding. It's like when you feel like you're bringing that person over to your side, it feels like you're catching the biggest fish of all, right? And we fought so hard for it. It feels like it was hard fought for, and it's definitely a win. And then I know the pain of watching that fish sort of swim away, and they're like twirling the hook that is our self-esteem in their hands or their fins, to stay with the metaphor. Anyway, even though all of this reenactment, in a way, at its foundation, was a fierce genius, and it makes all the sense in the world, we don't have to live there anymore. God, it can make me emotional just saying it right now. We don't have to live there anymore. When we have this consciousness that what we're actually experiencing is trauma reenactment because we have unresolved trauma, we can finally stop handing ourselves over to people who don't deserve us. We can learn to come out of these fixed trauma responses and find a new sense of safety, love, and compassion in our own darn skin. We realize that we don't need those toxic people to tell us that we're okay, because first of all, they never could. And second of all, we are more than okay. We are diamonds. We are delicious. We are worthy. We are not broken. Everything I've ever said and every single post that I've ever posted, it's all true. Okay. So again, maybe the most obvious thing, but I just felt compelled to say you were never doing it wrong. Your body was seeking something right, and it was doing it in the best way that it could. And we can find more tools to set healthy boundaries, to start to have a voice, to pivot towards self-care, radical self-acceptance and love. All of these things, it's a process and it takes time, but each time we bring on a new, true coping mechanism, we are forever changed. And I just want that for anyone who's been stuck in that place thinking that there was something so fundamentally wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Thanks for listening. If you appreciated this video, share it, like it, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll keep talking about it in the future. Thanks for being here.